second time.
Ready, down, put.
Hello? You play to win the game. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to the show, the Playcall Sheet on a Monday, baby. And this is coming off of a nice weekend of preseason football. Hope everybody got to enjoy that sucker. I'm Dale. We got Jake in the house today. Jake, what's up, man?
Catching up on Monday Night Raw, chilling, hanging out, ready to do this show.
Don't give me no spoilers, Jake.
I got you.
I'm going to kick you out of here. All right. Metal Watt in the house. What's going on, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Same old. Getting to it. Happy Monday.
All right. Coach in the house. What's going on, Coach?
What's the damn deal, Dale?
Love it, man. And Mike in the house. What's up, Mike?
What's up, fellas? Just so you all know, I
Good.
still have a couple years college eligibility left, so I might have to go back and play basketball again.
Maybe you
Lace
can.
them up, baby.
Maybe you can. Yeah, we are definitely getting into all of that kind of good stuff. You guys see the top topic. This is why you're here. Everybody's talking about this thing, and of course, it all centers around LSU and Lane Kiffin. So this is the quick headline of it all. Dae'Quan Wright, formerly of Ole Miss, formerly of the Cleveland Browns, is set to join LSU once he clears waivers in the NFL here. Now, this is the first of its kind, right? Getting a guy from the NFL in the portal here, but he did play for Lane Kiffin last year. Definitely makes a lot of sense for him wanting to come to play for Lane Kiffin. But it's always been said, hey, the rule is when you leave you leave college football, you go to the NFL, boom, you don't come back. Period. That's the end of it. There was a new rule passed along that screwed everybody in the 2022 class of college, and this is dealing with all sports, not just football. But we'll get more into that one in the next topic here. But right now, there are at least 19 players involved in 4 proceedings in Missouri, Villanova, Louisiana. All of these players are trying to get reinstated back into the NCAA because of the new rule dealing with eligibility. So I know everyone's got an opinion on this one. So let's start from left to right here. Jake, you up first. What you got, bruh?
I mean, I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I mean, I kind of feel like if you make the change, you shouldn't be able to go back.
Okay.
So if you take that and you go undrafted and you sign with just a preseason deal, and then the transfer portal opens up and you realize, oh, well, I'm just going to go back. That's kind of unfair, especially for, I'd probably say, the coaches in the college game, because they've got to figure out roster spots and roster moves. So I think once you go and you got that NFL shield on your jersey, I think that's it. That's your choice. You either make the team or go sell insurance.
Okay. All right, 2.
Took me a while to kind of think about all this and kind of give an answer to this.
All right.
First off, I thought there was rules on this, but then Dale says there's a court proceeding that's getting players a chance to go back to school. We live in this world now. I can't really be mad. I think it's pussy, but at the same time, I'm too old to kind of deal with anything in this new era of sports and the new era of everything. Yes, Mike, we do have 4 years of eligibility at any college we want to go to, and we didn't use them. But ultimately, for this movement, Lane Kiffin, again, in the kid's ear, because the rules are being changed, the rules are being overturned, or whatever the case is, and Lane Kiffin's smart. So he's been on this kid's radar. The kid's been on his radar the whole time. Oh, it's not going to work out. You can come back here. And that's kind of where I side with this in a sense, because I'm not even going to bash Lane. I'm going to say Lane's continuing to just be smart in this game, and this is why he's been a coach for so many teams for so long, even though he hasn't cashed in. If you're doing things like this, has to be some reasoning. Not only because he's a great athlete, but maybe he could bring you something. Maybe he could bring you that natty. Maybe he's the missing piece. This is why we call this move historic. This is why Dale has named this the historic move. Shout out to him. I thought there were rules that kind of gave the NFL leverage on a guy like this, but they waived him. They let him go. So he's free to go wherever he needs to go, and that's NFL, CFL, or in this case, the NCAA. Let's see how it works out for him.
Okay. All right. Coach.
I'm mixed on it, man. The entrepreneur side of me is, young man, go get as much money as you can while you can. Who am I to tell somebody if a financial opportunity comes to better your situation to not take it? If somebody come recruit you from your job, are you going to tell them, nah, I'm going to stay where I'm at. I don't want the more money. Nah, you're going to take the better opportunity, right? So I get that. Now, the traditional side of me, I would too. This shit's whack, man. I'm with Jay. It sets a bad precedent. It puts these coaches in awkward positions. And at the same time, the purists in me, it sucks for the kids that's already there, or the incoming freshmen, to be specific. It sucks for them. You come in thinking that you finna, you don't went through, you might, and especially now, these guys graduate early. They come in the spring. They go through the spring drills. They go through the summer drills. They fight and get themselves up the depth chart. And then you got this guy coming in, this super senior coming in. He might be at your position. Now you finding yourself at the bottom of the run. That's bullcoin.
Okay. Mike.
Yeah, I'm pretty much old man yelling at the clouds on this one. Like, I think this is nonsense. I think what you're doing is you're basically seeing a transition from college sports into minor league sports across the board if this is the way we're going to go, because baseball has it right, in my opinion, where you have a choice where if you want to go to college and play, you can. If you can go to the minor league route, you can. And then either way, it can kind of help you get drafted to the pros. I have no problem with that. But when you're in college and you play and then you get, picked up by an NFL team, you are officially a professional. There's nothing in me that says these guys should be allowed to go back and play more college. Like, we just saw the debacle with like the 7 and 8 year eligible guys. They kind of put a kibosh on that. Like,
that's what they were trying to solve, Mike.
What's
and
that?
They created another problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, not only that, but like, I also agree with Coach. Like, think about all the high school kids that are come in. Like, now you're basically telling these 18, 19-year-old All-Americans, these all-state, all-regional guys that have really worked their butts off to try and earn a spot on a college, it don't matter. You're not going to play, because all we're going to do is continue to find transfers to come in and take your spot, because they're pro ready. Like, they've already had an NFL training camp. Like, what are you doing? So I think basically just get rid of the whole college aspect of it. Let him go pure minor leagues. Like, the way the system is set up over here for like what we would consider amateur sports, it's criminal. It's a joke. It's a money grab. You see it all the time. Like, little kids in different countries, if they play a sport, they essentially get picked up when they're younger, and they get brought to these academies and these clubs, and they get to train. and they get to do everything. They still got to take classes and stuff, but that's for like the lower education, like high school, elementary school. And then by the time they're 16, 17, they're ready to go. Switch the whole system. Like, this is just disgusting to me. I don't think it should be allowed. I mean, like I said, I'm probably the old man yells at clouds. I get people want to get their money, but no, this is pushing it too far. And now you're seeing something that shouldn't have been an issue become an issue just like that. I think it's gross.
All right. Well, your thoughts?
This was always the end game once you start paying players. This was inevitable. Yeah, probably shouldn't happen, but look, eligibility is eligibility. You got the years, you're gonna get to play.
Yes. So, about the eligibility, this was the new rule that the NCAA came up with. Basically, you have 5 years to play 5 years of college football, basketball, all that stuff, right? Got 5 years to play 5. So there'll be no more 30-year-olds playing with 19-year-olds out there, right? Yay, we solved the problem. However, where they went wrong is they screwed kids that came in 2022 who in the beginning of this year, you said, hey, you are out of eligibility, get the hell out. And so those kids, they went to go try out for the NFL. Some of them made it, some of them didn't, right? But still, people who took a red shirt and are still around in college football from 2022, the rule got applied to them and they get their eligibility straight up.
I'm not, see, that's smooth. I'm good with that. I think where it gets crazy, it's that this guy has NFL equipment. It's not like NFL equipment training. The guy was signed. And the team waived him. And this is why I say Lane Kiffin's smart in this aspect, because the rules change and all that. He's been on this kid's telephone. Come back here.
Yeah, these players used to play.
And that's where the problem is kind of, that to me where the problem is. It's like I said, I thought there was a rule in the NFL where, you know what I'm saying, even in the draft, you have your deadline to not be in the draft. That's your deadline, you got signed, you in the league.
Yeah, so the issue is they've got that year of eligibility. They would have had it in the beginning of the year if had they made this rule at the beginning of the year and not force those kids out into NFL camps and stuff like that.
No.
So now there's always been a judge that said they're eligible. So forget everybody's feelings about it. There's a judge saying that they can come back. And they got
all that. But
yeah.
I'm just saying in the book the rule. Now, if you are training for NFL teams, you don't make it, that's different.
Yeah.
We reading through the airlines that this guy was on the team and got waived. That's different to me. That's where I have a beef at. I don't have a beef with any of these kids who, you know, nothing's working for them right now. They don't have an NFL job. And then they want to go back to school. I'm cool with that. You got eligibility. I'm going to do it too. But the thing is, this dude was in the league, bro.
How long was he in the league? How long was he in the league?
About 2 or 3 months.
Training camp.
That ain't really nothing, man.
But two, you got to remember who you're having the discussion with. Of course, Dale's going to be on board with it because he's going to LSU.
Right.
Coach.
Right.
You guys signed Cole Hudson, offensive lineman, who returned to Texas after being in rookie minicamps. Okay. There you go.
They're not saying I sign off on it, though. You signing off on it.
Hey, I want to win. I don't give a damn what it is. Can we go sign Jerry
And that's
Rice?
why I hope y'all get all the smoke y'all get at LSU. You cheat just like your coach cheat.
I don't care. Let's sign Jerry Rice. Let's win a natty. I'm good with it.
I don't have a problem with it. He ain't look, they ain't really been out. 3 months ain't shit, man. It's nothing.
couple months, the training camp, one training camp, we're gonna talk about like, oh, suddenly we're gonna act like NFL weight rooms are so much crazier that in 3 months you are transformed into a person who shouldn't be playing. Nah, he's good, bro. Let him play. I got a
Now then, LSU also has another hurdle because of the timing of this, right? So back in the day when there was a spring transfer portal, the SEC decided to pass a rule that says, hey, nobody can transfer to another school in the SEC during the spring transfer portal. During the spring transfer portal, right? So that was the rule. Now, spring transfer portal is no more. And so now you got players coming from Ole Miss to LSU, and I can see people being like, hey, SEC, you got to enforce the rule. They can't do that. But because they wouldn't allow to put their name in the transfer portal because they're out of eligibility, how are you going to enforce that? That's my, rebuttal for that. So, yes.
That's fair.
So he never officially went into the transfer portal. Doesn't he have to be released from his former school?
Yeah. He was out of eligibility. He's in essence a graduate transfer.
But I'm saying, if I'm a contending coach and I get the right legal representation, that would be my argument. He hasn't officially been released from Ole Miss.
They're in the portal. They're actively in the portal, so anybody were able to contact them.
But he's in the portal from a technicality based on he was told he was out of eligibility. Again, if you get the right lawyer, you can argue this should be retroactive. You let him be retroactive to come back to participate. He should be retroactive to go into the transfer portal.
Yeah, I mean,
Ole Miss can stick it to them if they choose to.
Yeah, they're in the portal, and any team were able to contact to.
But he's in the portal based on the technicality.
I got you. But you're saying like Ole Miss should have had a chance to compete.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Ole Miss does have a chance.
He didn't say a chance to compete. No, not a chance to compete. They should have retained. They should have been able to legally retain him back because of all the rules changes. But this is where
you're graduating, you're graduating.
But this is where Kiffin is smart though. Because what coach that left the old school, we've seen it. He brought guys to LSU from Ole Miss that had eligibility. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say he's smart. He picked up on it. Like, okay, you didn't want to go back to Ole Miss anyway. The guy probably wasn't going to go back there anyway. He was going to go to LSU. But what coach is saying is, by rule, LSU should have had to go fight for him harder than they did, basically on the technicality. I get what you're saying, coach. Absolutely. I mean, if they want to make that rule, I'm down with that.
What would the fight look like if you don't want to play there?
No. Then that is basically in stores of, if he's in there, then other teams can talk to him too. I believe that Kiffin, being the cerebral assassin that he was, it's like people ain't really paying attention to the rule. I'm really paying attention to the rule. And that's why I just said in the beginning. He was calling him. He was calling him and doing all that stuff like, hey, man, you come here. I think where everybody sits at is kind of just like, whatever, man. You're in the league, man. I don't care if you was in the league 2 or 3 months, man. You was in the league, bro. It's pussy to me. But, hey, do your thing, player.
I got you. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what ends up happening from this. Of course, there's going to be more lawyers and fights to be had. So
all this for Dabo. All this. This is late too. 2 weeks before the season starts. Dabo Sweeney, this is what y'all want to do with Dabo? Y'all want to get all these extra guards for Dabo Sweeney and the Clemson?
Gotta get this dub, baby. Get this dub.
Okay.
Hey, if they really want to nix this also could retroactively put pressure on the NFL to invest into a minor league, aka XFL/UFL.
Or just do what Mike said and make college the minor league.
that's what really need to happen. The Big Ten, SEC, secede, handle your business, please. Grown man football.
For real.
So, all right. This just in, Will. Breaking news. Aaron Donald to sign as soon as the day, Will. I don't know if you remember, we went over this last week, though, Will.
No, I luckily wasn't here. Why is this? Are we still doing the almost news? Is that what this is?
As soon as today, Will, it's going to happen, all right?
Why not just bring up a clock? Just bring up a clock, like minutes until Aaron Donald signs.
Yes.
Run that throughout every one of our shows until he signs.
All right.
Donald's already signed. We're just waiting for ESPN or somebody to say, "Oh, he signed."
Yeah, but remember, you heard it here first.
Yes, we heard it here for sure. Absolutely. SCWF news, baby.
Aaron Donald heard it here first. He's like, what?
All right. Now, up next, Deshaun Watson has been named the starter for the Cleveland Browns, even after saying this in this post-game press conference.
Man, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think that's it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on. Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Mike, should the people of Cleveland be upset that this is their starting quarterback?
I mean, yeah, they should be upset because they don't have a starting quarterback, period. Look, so just so I make sure that I'm going to fully explain myself, I actually get what he's saying in that when your own fan base, is booing you or cheering when you get hurt, I have a problem with that. Like, you may think he's an awful player. You may not even really like him that much as a person, but like to cheer an injury, that's a little bit, too low class for me. However, he has to be a little more intellectually honest about this and realize why a lot of people in Cleveland don't want him as a quarterback. I'd say majority of it has absolutely nothing to do with football. Like, is he the best of a bad group of quarterbacks? Probably. But is that the biggest reason why a lot of people in Cleveland and a lot of people around the NFL don't want him as the starting quarterback or in the NFL to begin with? No. It has to do with all the off the field stuff. And again, on his side, they've allowed worse people back in the NFL. Like Dante Stallworth killed a guy because of DUI, and he only missed, I think he got busted for like 21 days or something, and he was allowed to come back and play. So it's not like what he did was the worst thing ever, but I think he's got to be a little bit smarter in the way that he says it. At the same time, like he's not 100% wrong, but this is a very murky water situation right here.
Okay, nothing wins you QB1 like missing all your throws and telling the fans they suck. What's your thought, Will?
If I'm correct, he's never come out and necessarily apologized. He's maintained innocence throughout ever since his case, right?
Yeah.
So from his perspective, he has to respond this way. If he maintains his innocence for the whole situation, he has to respond this way in his mind because why do y'all hate me?
Okay.
Why would y'all cheer when I get injured? That don't really like. I'm not a great quarterback, but I'm better than everyone that's been here for the last since, like, I guess Baker, and before Baker, there was even worse long line of bum ass quarterbacks there. So Look, he's like Mike said, he's tone deaf as hell. He does not understand the situation. Clearly, you did get suspended, bro. So whether you felt you were innocent or not, obviously the fans are going to see it differently. And pretty much everyone else who's watching sees it differently. But and then also I know you work hard probably, and you think you're great, but you haven't been. So that's the other part where he's tone deaf. But he's not wrong for being pissed at fans cheering his injury. That's I'd be pissed too. No matter what you do, you'd be mad at that.
I mean, listen, I know as a fan, you're not necessarily cheering the injury per se. You're just like, damn it, thank God, now the next guy get to come in.
That's not at all what that was. You know that. You look.
So,
that's fine to think that, but that's not what it was, and you know that.
Have you ever been there as a fan?
No. I've been in the place as a fan where I wanted another guy to play. I didn't want it to be because of Wally Pipp. Not at all. No. Okay. No, you may want another guy to play, but if you're wishing injury on people, man, that's a bad dude, man. That's not like that's a bad person. You can't be wishing injuries and like on athletes. That's crazy to me. Nah, not at all.
All right. Two.
This is all comedy, dog. Deshaun, the fans laughing and cheering because they want something new, brother. I don't give a hell what you think. I don't give a hell what you say. That's what it is, bro. And it's not your fault because life played you the wrong cards, bro. You got hurt. You had a massage dilemma.
Who do they want?
And you kind of took away from the Cleveland Browns in a sense. You thought about yourself. And what we thought and think of Deshaun before he got to the Browns, maybe a top player in the league, promising, all that. So the fans one season could deal with that. Then the second season, it didn't get any better because then you got like 100 girls that are saying that you did this and that. Then you get hurt. And it's bad getting hurt. But they was already disappointed at you when the other 100 girls came around because that means we see less of you or less of a performance. So the fans, though it's mean to cheer at a football game for somebody to get hurt, they was cheering for the new QB to come in. But the thing was with them, but the thing they did it wrong at is that they didn't wait for that new QB to come out to cheer him. They should have stayed quiet for Deshaun Watson.
That's because that's all bullshit. That's not what they were cheering.
All right. So
no one's going to cheer when you get injured.
Yeah. So what we're going to now, man, in this society is that they want to see the new guy. And this is actually low key based on the comments I just seen with Deshaun Watson. And there's going to be plenty of more comments where this comes from. To make Shedeur Sanders the favorite. To make him the fan favorite and make Deshaun Watson the heel. Look at this, what we're saying here. Deshaun Watson, like Will said, if he had to take accountability, he never took accountability for anything that happened. But we knew Deshaun always as a stand-up person. You know what I'm saying? Didn't do nothing wrong until the situation happened. And now years come by, and you got this guy who's similar to him, not in the sense of what he's doing, but you coming as the heel. Sanders comes in as a heel. Now you can't have two heels in the organization. One ultimately got to become the fan favorite. And Shedeur Sanders tonight, with the news that Deshaun's the starter, you just became the fan favorite, and fans are absolutely not going to give a shit how Deshaun Watson is playing or how he gets hurt or gets replaced. They want this man replaced. And I can see the Browns fans cheering again if that happens. And it sucks to say, but they're over him. Straight up, over him.
Aside, look,
hey, millions of dollars in tickets and all that.
If he put on a Browns jersey and sucked and was trash, awful, but had never caught this case, they're not cheering when he gets hurt. It's all about that. That's what that's about. No one's cheering for Shedeur. They fucking hated Shedeur when they drafted him. The entire fan base was pissed. No one cares about Shedeur. And I get what you're saying. They're trying to make it like a heel turn where like, oh, this is the only guy that they hate more than Shedeur. So that's going to make Shedeur have some love to it. Cool. All that sounds good. they don't want Shador either. If he goes in there and goes 4-12, they'll be just as happy if he gets hurt. I think they're just a bad fan base, honestly. I really do. I think they're a shit fan base. I think they've had shit for so many years. And I think they didn't want him from the jump because I'm pretty sure he caught that case and everything happened with the Texans. And then they went out and signed him for a crazy amount of money. It's the franchise they should be hating. They have no reason to actually hate the player outside of the fact that he's done some shit off the field. That's all it is. It got nothing to do with no backups or other
what you mentioned.
Hold
on, no. What you mentioned 2 minutes ago, just about. You mentioned that this is probably the best
QB they've had since Baker. But in reality, from the projection before, he got signed to the Browns, it was this man could be one of the best QBs all time. So for the Cleveland Browns fan base, which we know is shitty, they get in because Baker Mayfield was good. They feel like they're getting the ultimate improvement. They feel like they're getting the ultimate improvement of Deshaun Watson, and then this happens. Like I said, it's not Deshaun's fault.
They never thought that, though. That's the thing.
This is terrible.
But that's the thing, though. They never thought, we're going to get this guy. They hated the move from the beginning because they overpaid for a guy who did the shit that he did off the field. The fans never came in this with high expectations for Deshaun Watson. They didn't like him from the word go. That's what I'm saying. They was never going to like him.
I think differently. I think they thought
there's nothing about thinking. Like history shows, they hated the move.
But we hold on. But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about all this? We had this conversation about a year and some change ago, and I was telling you when he got signed to the Browns, the guy was coming off basically being a top 5, top 7 QB. You think the Browns didn't appreciate that? Hell yeah, they did.
No, because by the time he got signed, he had already done this shit off the field too.
But he already had got through his discipline with the Texans, though. Is what I'm saying.
There was a bidding war.
It's the nature, bro. It's the nature of what he did.
It could be both.
There was a bidding war for Deshaun Watson. So Cleveland wasn't alone. Cleveland just put out the best offer. And that's why he's there.
Who else is bidding for him?
Oh, Atlanta was bidding. New Orleans was bidding. Trust me, bro.
You seeing a pattern here? All trash teams.
Well, duh. They all need a quarterback. Come on.
Man. And again, that doesn't speak to the fan base. That speaks to the franchises. And that's the problem. The Browns are stupid, and they signed this guy for all that money. And that was part of the fans. Look, from the beginning when they signed him, the fans were pissed because they spent all that money on a guy that no one likes and who's going to be out of football for how many, I think it ended up being, 18 to 22 months or something he was out of football. No one rocked with this pickup. No one. They didn't like him from before he got there. I just don't see how. I'm not connecting the rest.
So yeah, I am with everybody on Cleveland's just a trash fan base over the booze for Watson getting hurt and all that jazz. And in my opinion, the reason why they picked him to start is they're paying him $46 million this year. You're not going to have that guy sit the bench. That's all I got on it.
Fact. That's definitely fact. That's definitely a fact.
And they still can't cut him. As he'd be $127 million in dead money against the cap. They literally can't do that.
How come they can't?
That's why
they cheered when he got hurt. My fault.
127 million?
Because they knew they couldn't get rid of him. They couldn't cut him. So they were like, well, we got to get him out of that spot because we know they're going to play him because of the money.
Like everybody else got to play for the league minimum if you make that happen, coach.
So, how much money did Tua have on his contract when he got cut?
55.
They was on the hook for $55 million.
Yes.
I must have misread that.
Yes, this contract is ridiculous because that's what they had to do to get him. Like I said, there was a bidding war.
So more than likely, he's going to be gone after this year.
Yeah, he's going to be gone after this year.
I think next year was the $86 million cap hit.
Yes, that's still a lot.
That's still brutal.
They're going to eat that.
One of the most.
They're going to eat that.
Yeah, sure. But they can do that next year.
Now, my whole thing with him is two things. It's two parts to this. I think somebody said earlier, this could all just be a facade to when they do bring in Shador, he got the support of the fans. I think they're going to go out here Let him do what he does. Just think about it. Last time we saw the dude before he even got hurt, he stunk. So he ain't played football in over a year. He's gonna stink again. And he's gonna go out there. It might give him 5, 6, maybe 7 games tops. Season's gonna get away. They're gonna pull the plug on it. They're gonna sit him the rest of the year. They're already paying him. Gonna sit him the rest of the year, so they can go out there and let's see what Shador could actually do. Because they're gonna be back in the hunt to draft another quarterback next year. So they're gonna have to see what they have in Shador. The second part of it is
Right.
his old sensitive ass. He worried about how the fans are booing him. Now, don't get me wrong. They're booing him because of the injury. That's trash. That's trash behavior.
Yeah.
But he controls the narrative. Go out and play better, dude.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
I think that's part of I think that's part of why he's sour, because like when you get injury like that, all you want is to come back and play, and like everybody just cheered him getting injured, and he know he's about to be out for the whole next season. He can't go out and do exactly what you're saying, coach. He spent a year in the crib or rehabbing, realizing that he couldn't do exactly what you're saying, coach, was try to win their hearts back by playing well. So yeah, I think that scarred him. You're right, it is sensitive, but I mean,
winning cures all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in Cleveland.
Winning cures all.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The part that I agree with you, too, that I definitely agree with is that, yeah, you don't give. It wouldn't be, if you believe in any of those other quarterbacks in the room, if you believe in any of those young guys, you don't put them out there on this team. It's a dog shit team. They've traded away their franchise guy. There's nothing left there really other than like somewhat of a defense, and that's it. So yeah, you don't put, if you put Shador out there and they play awful, which they probably will anyways, then you kind of lose Shador in the fans' eyes. And the same thing with if you put out Gabriel, whoever else that they talking about in that quarterback room that they have too many of for no reason. You put anyone else out there on this trash ass team, yeah, it's gonna get worse for them. So I agree. They put him out. They put Deshaun out there. Everybody already hates him. So when this team plays like shit with him at quarterback, there ain't no reason to really be mad at anybody but him. They're gonna aim all the anger at him. And then when Shador comes out, maybe they look a little better, just a little. And then everybody's not gonna hate Shador as much. But at the end of the day, man, just good. I'm glad this is happening to the Browns. Couldn't happen to a better franchise.
Let's talk about the actual battle between the two in the 2 preseason games. So we got a split between the two of the attempts and completions and all this kind of stuff. We can see Shador had a better completion percentage, and he did throw the only touchdown of the two. Deshaun Watson did throw an interception. Sanders got a better passer rating, but looking at PFF stats, they give Deshaun Watson a nod with their different rankings and everything like that.
PFF
right?
has some confusing fucking numbers. Who saw that
So
coming?
if Todd Monken is subscribing to PFF data, then that's why he went the route that he went. Coach, as a coach, don't you have to use some kind of data set here to make this decision?
You don't got to make data, man. This man, and this, I don't know why I think this, man, but for where he was placed at and drafted, where he was placed at and drafted, man, it's like the NFL's like, we're just going to give him this chance here. It's with the Browns. Who gives a hell? He's getting paid $46 million. We're going to play him. I mean, this guy, and to Will's defense, he really hasn't really, like, shown that he could play. Like, yeah, he stunk it up, but this is after the bullcrap. So basically, he needs, if his mind's in order, his mind's right, not on slapping booty or getting massaged, then maybe you got something. But again, to the not even the fans' perspective, but just the whole overall perspective of just the Browns, somebody got to be smart in there. How much longer can you put up with this? But then
the Browns have to kind of just take accountability. We signed this dude in a bidding war. He went through all this. We got to play him. And the Browns is dumb as hell.
But the Browns are like, we got to get one season out of him, potentially even with 7 games, to see what we thought he could be. And even if that doesn't happen, your $250 million
was badly spent. But
Yep.
Cleveland can't
afford,
like you said, Dale,
to go cut his ass. They can't afford to do it.
All right. Let's get a Cowboys update. We got some news out of Dallas that CeeDee Lamb's house had been burglarized. Now, you guys remember us talking about this all last season.
The first burglary of the
Different
year.
NFL players' house getting burglarized while they are off playing. And Dallas has been in Oxford, California, pretty much the entire Oxnard, California, pretty much the entire training camp. So his house was burglarized on July 30th, and over $300,000 of property was taken, highlighting the troubled trend of pro athletes being targeted during a team travel. Coach, got more on this?
Nah, you covered everything. I think it's an inside job. Probably the same guy that sold them the alarm system.
I got it. I got
Makes
a
sense.
conspiracy on this.
Okay, what's your conspiracy?
On this? Conspiracy is somebody on his team, but it's not really somebody on his team.
if you know, you know. I think
Von Miller got some goons. They can
shake Sheedy up and low-key say,
Not Von.
I'm here. Hey, he messing with his baby mom. Ain't?
Oh, that's right.
The She's messing with his baby mom. He signed with the Cowboys recently. You can't really get into a receipt if you are or do have an issue with it. Like I said, what I'm saying right now, the media world could just be spinning this up. So I'm just going with the media. I'm spinning it up. I'm going to say Von Miller got some goons to shake CD's crib a little bit.
That's all.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the Cowboys whipping up on Arizona 34-13. Joe Milton put on a show, 179 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, plus a rushing touchdown. And we've got the roster battle for that last wide receiver spot kind of shaking up. We believe that Lamb and George Pickens all locked in, but the final spots are not. And Jonathan Mingo had a 53-yard touchdown pass, absolute dime from the quarterback. Coach, who's going to be on the roster for the wide receivers?
So Bazooka Joe, it definitely solidified himself as a QB2. The question is, are they going to carry 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks? That's going to be the big thing. I think if they were to cut Joe, he is not going to clear waivers. He's not going to go to the practice squad. So he's going to be your QB2, and he showed, based on his performance, he's evolved and he's improved year over year. As far as the wide receiver spots 1 through 4 are solidified. I don't believe in number 4, unfortunately, but listen to the local media, he's there. You said Lamb, Pickens, Flournoy, those are going to be your top 3. And then Turpin. Now there's a little bit of chatter going around.
Turpin time.
Can they trade Turpin?
No, they can't trade Turpin, man.
Because Mingo, I didn't know this. Mingo was in the doghouse with Mike McCarthy. That's why he didn't get no run when he first got here. He didn't get no opportunities much last year, but he's taking advantage of his opportunities now. And Cameron, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Camden.
He made the team. He is not going to
receiving.
clear. He is not going to clear waivers. So they're going to carry 6 wide receivers. Huh?
He's UDFA, right?
He is.
Y'all wave Joe. He gonna be a Brown. You know this.
Yeah, you know this. Man. You can sneak Camden on because everybody's got a guy they leave. Right?
Nah.
Come on, Coach.
Nah. You just saying that because you want him to end up in New Orleans.
No, not necessary. Dude, what you got on the Cowboys, man?
I ain't got shit on my Cowboys. Coach covered it, man. That's why I like Coach. So I ain't got to cover it.
2. You got to talk about Bam Barham, man.
You want me to talk, man? All right, man. I guess I'll talk a little bit of Cowboys, man. It's based on Saturday's performance, man.
See a different side.
It is a podcast.
Not only Bam Bam, but the Cowboys team.
I've seen a lot of unity.
I've seen a lot of Schottenheimer on the TV screen. And I haven't seen a guy like that since probably Garrett Clappin, but this is more positive with Schottenheimer. You know what I'm saying?
Getting the team together. And we talked about Jerry like this being the chrome of the helm. He's the coach. He symbolizes everything, and he's the love. Mr. Schottenheimer out here looking like he's trying to take some throne. And he's never going to be the owner of the team. He's never going to own the team. But it's good to see that we have a coach that not only has a voice, and it sounds real. It doesn't sound fake. It doesn't sound like Jerry's telling him to say this. It's like a pamphlet. In terms of our roster, it's gonna be heavy loaded. To carry 6 receivers, man, must mean that we got 2 in the chamber that can really do some work. But I go with a mentality, and we should have used this about 7 years ago against the Packers when Dak was the starting QB off the Romo injury, but Dak wasn't playing good, so we could have went back to Romo. Gotta use all your guys, man, if you can. This season's gonna come down to everybody making the plays. It's not gonna come down to individuals. We're gonna need an overall team play. 3-stage of hell, man, for us. It's always been offense,
defense, and special teams all having good games.
We need to have those good games. Looking at this Dallas Cowboys season to me, man, 30 years in the book, man.
I don't really want to talk about it. We got to be about it. And that's real. We can watch all the preseason football we want. Still see average. Games where ultimately it comes down to. But overall, in the games during the preseason, the team's playing collectively. And that's everybody, even the guys that may not get a chance to fit on the blue and white, for all 17 games of the season. But just fill this in, man. I don't know, man. Feel a little different. I feel like
I don't want to talk much, and I talked a lot in years.
Something to see sentimental to me about this year, man. This might be the year that I jump on the Tobin. I'm moving to Texas, baby. It's the year.
All right.
I really hate that Schottenheimer's becoming one of my favorite coaches in the league. He's just an energy guy, and he's smart when it comes to the way that he calls a game. I got nothing against the guy. I think he's going to do great things with the Cowboys. Only question I got, hey, Coach, remember that video I sent you? Is that offensive tackle that had a very pulse in him? And is he going to make the team, the tackle?
No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. But he'll definitely go practice squad.
That's a big motherfucker. He's like 6'9", 309.
Yep.
Gentle
From
giant,
Kentucky.
too. Gentle giant.
Okay. All right. Let's get to a Saints update.
Yeah.
That's it, folks.
There was a trade. Deion Jones was traded for Zamir White. And this, I just view this as a trade where these are like 2 guys probably going to get cut on their 2 teams. You trade them for each other, see what happens. I like the trade just because it's a younger back. Zamir White was good at Georgia. He hadn't been good in the pros. I like to think it's because he got drafted to the stupid Raiders, but we'll see. And he'll get a little bit of opportunity here because a lot of the running backs in New Orleans have been injured, so he'll get some opportunity in this last preseason game. Speaking of preseason games, Saints got their ass whooped 34-0 to the Rams. We couldn't do
surprise of no one.
Every time we started to do crap, we threw an interception or we fumbled the football. So
hold on. You're not talking about the most important play of that game. You want to talk about the 100-yard interception for a touchdown the Rams had?
Oh wow!
Over Spencer Rattler's ass.
I just said we threw an interception.
No. When you lead a Saints headline, Dale, you lead it with the biggest headline. Biggest headline. Spencer Rattler threw a 100-yard pick.
Yeah, because when it was the Cowboys, he was like, "Yo, Bingo had a 53-yard touchdown." Why didn't you mention it? That's all I'm saying. I'm with too on this.
So let's see. I think that was really it.
Threw him off.
Last week we talked about the backup quarterback battle. And Zach Wilson looked good the first game. Spencer Rattler didn't. This game, everybody looked bad. So, in my opinion, we should probably trade or look to pick up another quarterback when cuts happen. So that's what I would do here. So,
Browns got guys.
I hear they do. All right, and let's talk about the Patriots update here. Kayshon Boutte, yes, finally has been traded from the Patriots to the Houston Texans, and now they have officially, resolved their logjam at wide receiver. They got him in exchange for safety Jalen Reed and a 2028 7th-round pick, which actually ends up being a New Orleans Saints pick in 2028. So now with the way wide receiver room looks, AJ Brown, Romeo Doubs, Pop Douglas. What are you guys thinking about the wide receiver position, sans Kayshon Boutte? Let's start with you, Will.
The moment we signed AJ, got AJ, I knew that one of these guys' season was up for us. Whether it was going to be Boutte or I didn't think it was going to be Kyle. I thought Kyle was actually going to go in the deal, but he didn't, so I was glad because we need that speed. Basically Boutte or Pop. Because there's just not enough real. Like we went from no real options to a lot of options at receiver, and so you went out and signed Dobbs. His spot was probably pretty safe going into this. Obviously AJ's your one, so yeah. I didn't know who it was going to be. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be Boutte, but like I don't see how they have Dobbs rated better than Boutte, because I think Boutte was really good. I think he had a lot of talent, and I think he's going to do well, probably being wide receiver one with the Texans, because none of them can stay healthy. But yeah, look, this was just inevitable. One of them had to go. I think the fan base never fully got to ingratiate themselves with him because, as Dale reminds us every chance he gets, he didn't get a lot of playing time. And so everyone loves Pop Douglas in his franchise, so he wasn't going to go nowhere. I kind of feel like he was the odd man out. It just happened that way. It's unfortunate. I like him. I think he has a lot of talent. I think we would have been able to see in certain sets with AJ out there. I think he would have really done some damage to single coverage. He's really good at. He doesn't get a lot of space, but he's good at catching the ball like with contact, and I think he would have been a good piece next to a Dobbs and next to AJ. But whatever, it's all good. He didn't really fit, like I said, because you got two outside receivers in AJ Brown and Dobbs. Now your slot guy is Pop. There wasn't like he probably wanted to play. Obviously, he loved football, so I think they might have even done that for him and to help. Obviously, they're going to go out and get a defensive piece like Jalen Reed. So yeah, it was inevitable. I wish him the best. He gave us some good seasons whenever he was out there, some good plays.
All right, Jake, you want to weigh in on Boutte trade?
Yeah, no, I'm with Will. I think
Boutte trade.
Good play on words. I think the fan base does have great, fond memories and fandom for Pop Douglas, and all they've seen is, Boutte asking for trades, so they probably wanted Boutte gone more than Pop gone. So I feel like that's kind of why that deal went the way they did. I don't really care for the pick that we got out of it, but I think the defensive piece that we got was great. He took over the starting role in Week 12 and then played all the way through the playoffs with the Texans. So he's got some play experience under his belt now, and we could always use secondary help. That's a fact.
And he's depth. He won't start too, which is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm not too upset with the trade. I understand that it was.
You kidding me? Playoffs?
It was needed, and I think that this is going to open up some playing time for Kyle Williams, who's having a hell of a preseason right now. So
He could
I'm
get 2
all.
plays off the bench going deep.
Yeah, that's it. They get 2 more.
Oh my God! Why they open it up?
I mean, just
2
say,
more.
hey, just say.
2 more go routes.
He's doing his thing, and if that's all you need him for, if he comes in and does two catches a game and one of them's a touchdown, I'm all for it.
My man Booty gone. That's whack, man. If Booty would have had an 8-second clip of killing Deshaun Mustard, he probably would have stayed on the roster.
Also, Patriot news: Travion Henderson left practice early after suffering an ankle injury. Looked like they put a cast on it to immobilize it and carted him off. Do you guys think this is going to be something serious?
I don't. They said that it was over. He slipped making a cut. I don't think it's too serious. I think he'll be ready week 1. I'm all for it. Or I'm not all for the injury, of course, but I'm all for him taking a break the rest of the offseason. But I'm not going to let – of course I'm upset. My favorite Ohio State player that's on this team is hurt, but I'm not going to let that overshadow the fact that we got Christian Gonzalez back this week in practice, and he was running defense with the starters. So having him back, healthy, ready to go for the beginning of the season, that makes me extremely excited. The only thing that sucks is that Land Larison's also out right now, and so is Jam Miller. So Ramondre's been taking a lot of the running time, and the only thing that's bad about that is man's got a fumble problem. So hopefully by week 1 we got a couple of running backs that give him a hand. And excited that Gonzo's back out on the field playing.
All right. Agreed. Well, you got anything else on the Patriots before you wrap up?
No, that's enough.
Yo,
all right.
I got breaking news, dog. Vrabel and Rossini back together, dog.
Here we go. Back him up.
Oh yeah, Coach.
Right.
Coach.
Hey, yo, we out of here.
For
We
you,
don't want to hit on
Patriots
Giants
this
news.
week.
We don't want to hit on Giants news.
Let's get some Giants updates here. Tyrone Tracy is on the fringe with rookie Cam Scatterboo doing his thing. The team signing Najee Harris. Look like he's going to be handling some short yardage work. Where does this put Tyrone Tracy, Mike? Did you come up with a name for the show?
He had a little bit of a rough preseason so far. He had the missed block that led to Jaxson Dart getting hit in the first game, and he had a fumble in the Miami game. But Harbaugh came out and said, he's had a decent career so far. We're not going to judge him off of like 2 plays. I think Tyrone Tracy is safe. I think what's going to happen is we're probably going to keep at least 4 running backs, and I think he's one of them. I think Najee Harris does make it, so it's going to be Scatterboo, Tracy, Singletary, Najee Harris, Eric Gray, and Damon Bankson are probably going to be practice squad guys. So I'm not worried about Tyrone Tracy. He had a good season for us last year, so I just think he'll get there. I'm not really worried about it. Like, I'd rather it happen now than happen during the season when it matters. So, like, even with the fumble the other day, he had, limited time, 6 carries for 26 yards, and he had 3 catches for 22 yards. So, I mean, it's not a bad, showing in limited time. So I'm not worried about him. It was a good showing for some of the guys that you're like first string-ish, second string, guys battling for the roster spots. I mean, yeah, it was Miami. Miami's terrible, but it's always good to get some momentum in the preseason here. One thing that I did see, and this is going to be interesting, Odell Beckham is on the cusp. He's not a lock. Just some of the reports I've been reading have him being either the 7th receiver or just cut. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And the biggest reason why is he can't contribute on special teams. So if they're going to keep a 7th receiver, they're going to keep another guy that can potentially help out on special teams. Again, this is just all speculation, but if they were going to try and open up a roster spot for him, you might see somebody get traded. Darnell Mooney's a guy that's out there. If teams are wide receiver desperate, he could be a candidate to get traded somewhere. And then a guy that I admittedly wanted a few years ago, was hyped when we got him. Evan Neal. He is pretty much on the outs.
Mhm.
It was the right pick at the time when you got him and Tibbs. It was absolutely 100% the right pick because you needed to try and rebuild that offensive line. It just hasn't worked out. He just wasn't built to play tackle. He seems to be doing better at guard, but the Giants do have amazing offensive line depth right now. So Evan Neal, he's probably going to get cut. He may end up making it all the way back, make through waivers, come back to the practice squad. But I feel bad for the kid because he had a lot of potential coming in the NFL. It just didn't work out. It's kind of similar to what happened with Eric Flowers. When he left the Giants, I think he went to the Redskins, and he ended up having a pretty decent run at guard. So you root for him because he just seems like a nice enough guy. But other than that, I mean, there's no big surprises here. We did trade Daniel Faalele to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 6th-round pick, and that was one of Harbaugh's guys from Baltimore.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. I think right now you're pretty much just. I think the roster is basically set. You're just kind of looking at a couple fringe guys now. I personally want to see Odell Beckham Jr. stay. I'd love to have him here, just because I think it'd be a good way for him to go out. And last but not least, Malik Neighbors. The jersey came off today. The red "Don't Hit Me" jersey came off today. All signs are pointing him towards him being back for Week 1.
Mhm.
We've had this discussion. I don't know how big of a fan I am
We
for
knew he
rushing
was
him back.
playing. We knew he was
But
playing Week 1.
if he comes back, book it. Victory, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns with ease, Week 1.
I don't need. What? Hold on. You added incentives? What you said? 5 receptions, 100 what? Well, hold on.
No, I said 100. I said 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, I think he's going to end up getting like 7 or 8 receptions because there's nobody in that secondary that can cover him. But
guess what? You're going to be introduced to a secondary, and you better be happy or lucky if he ends up not hurt after this
First game in. And then you really mad that he came back. Listen here, Malik Neighbors. We know you're going to be here. We anticipated you to be here. And the New York Giants are opening night. It's going to feel pain. Pain.
All right. Appreciate that, Mike. Let's get to the rest of the NFL news, starting off with 49ers owner Jed York, who was arrested on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. Apparently, he was arrested in Ohio for agreeing to meet a lady at a trailer park for $140. This guy is worth $8 billion.
That doesn't matter how
How much he's worth. If that person's charging $140 for some putty, and he wanted to pay for some putty, that's the place he's gonna pay. For him, that's a come up. I ain't gotta spend $1,000 on no cutty. I'm gonna spend $140. And this is what I say. He looks weird. I've never seen him before. I probably have, but he looks like a guy that's gonna pay $140 for some putty cat. But this is what coach is saying. The 49ers are on the demise. We had the coach getting in the car accidents, creating car accidents. You got your players getting hurt. Now you got your owner distressed at all this, and he want to go pay $140 for some cutty.
Dale, I'm starting to think Brandon Ayuk was on to something.
I said a couple weeks ago we owe Brandon Ayuk an apology. Dale said, "Yeah, you don't owe him nothing." Listen,
Hey,
Brandon
Ayuk
Ayuk
on board. We owe this man an apology.
I owe Brandon Ayuk an apology. The best thing for the situation for the 49ers is to let all this go away, is to say, hey, Ayuk, we're sorry. We need you back. We'll give you a couple extra $1 million too on the top of whatever we was going to take from you. I don't know what to say about this, but don't be shocked by this, everybody.
If there's anybody in this world that pays for the cootie or the putty cat, it's the owners and these GMs. They pay for it. Because you know why?
They don't want to get hit with no rape charges. So I'm going to pay you. So therefore, if you do try to charge me for rape, I paid you $140 for this cootie cat.
Sure. I get that. However, when you worth $8 billion, I think you could afford higher class Putty
There's a
Cat
difference between you
than
can
the trailer
afford.
park.
No, there's a difference between you can afford and what you're gonna pay.
He's gonna pay $140 for the Putty Cat, and he's not gonna pay all that because he ain't gonna pay all that. Why? Because with the same toothless girl in Ohio can give you the same thing for $140.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Why's it
Toothless
gotta be
girl. That's right.
Ohio?
It's Ohio, Jake. I'm sorry. That's what it was. Okay.
Hold on, he got that in the trailer park too. Out of all places, he was in the trailer. He said, "I'll come to the trailer park." My man said, "I'm in the hood." He went to the hood to get that 140. Oh my God! Woo! The owner might be the doggiest of them all over in the San Francisco land.
He's the owner of San Francisco
Oh my
franchise.
God!
So he traveled all the way to Ohio to some random trailer park for some $140 footy.
San Francisco's the land of the hay, so you got to go to Ohio to get the good ones.
They're gonna that first game of the season and every game after that, they are gonna go ham on the owner. They're gonna have all types of chants
and words for York, man. It's not a good look for him. Not a good look for him. But don't be mad. Don't be shocked to have your head down, Jed York. You're not the only person in the world paying.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I would definitely expect this from a dude named Jed.
Do you have Jed's picture? Can we put Jed's picture up?
He looks like a Jed too.
He looks like a Jed. They were talking about he's worth $8 million. That's what $8 billion look like. Somebody that don't even attract the Putty Cat, so you have to pay $140.
That's true.
I thought Putty Cat.
Mike McCarthy says the Steelers are at an impasse with cornerback Joey Porter and their contract negotiations.
This is a big one. I mean, he's a talented kid. He's a legacy player. Like
he's a bum.
You want to get this guy signed.
I mean, not saying he's a bum, but I mean, if you are gonna go your way in regards to it, I'm not blaming you. You know, some family members don't fall like the great ones from the tree. You know, and that's okay. I think the only reason why he's probably still there is his father's probably in the office threatening all of them. And Mike Thomas,
I think the kid's got talent. I think the kid's got talent. I think they need to sign him.
Have a big assignment this year.
Pittsburgh. We thought it was just going to be Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's going to be interesting in Pittsburgh. Sure.
What you were saying, Mike?
I mean, the kid's got talent. I think they need to sign him because there are just some positions that are harder to get than others when it comes to higher level talent. And cornerback is one of them. So, I mean, you can't rely. They got Jalen Ramsey as one of the other guys. Like, this isn't 5 years ago.
Dean and Jalen Ramsey is playing the slot, but they also got Asante Samuel.
Yeah, I'll take all those guys over a dude whose nickname is Toast.
I'm just saying. I think you got to sign the kid. I don't mean. Just for the simple fact that, one, it's a legacy, but two, you drafted him as a first-round pick. He's not a bust. If he was an absolute bust, I wouldn't understand not wanting to give him the big deal. But, he's not a bust. He's a talented player. So, I don't know. It's tough. But, I mean, it's Pittsburgh, so they generally don't make bad decisions. If there's one thing I hate to give that franchise credit for, they generally don't make bad decisions. They know.
Don't make bad decisions. They kept Mike Tomlin 5 years too long. What you mean?
It's not a bad decision. That's just they don't fire coaches like that.
Okay. Man was no better than the Bengals in about 3 of those 5 seasons, Jake. Your second favorite team.
The Las Vegas Raiders second-year running back Ashton Genty suffered a right leg injury in practice. And this potentially opens the door for rookie Mike Washington to get the start in week 1. Are you guys running out and drafting him?
I'm going to have him on one of my teams because I was a big Mike Washington fan during the draft. I just shut up about bro. So.
Okay.
Nah, I had a hiccup. I'm still in rehab, fellas. I'm not drafting nobody. But
I would say this actually helps Mendoza a little bit. You don't have to extra rush him now because the running back's not there. You let Kirk run the helm for as long as
Jenty's hurt. Jenty comes back, get him acclimated, and then Mendoza by that time will probably be starting.
Yeah, that checks out. I like it too.
And the last bit of news, the Baltimore Ravens lost their center to a season-ending torn patella tendon.
That's rough. That sucks, man.
Yeah. It's really tough to replace your center.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not that tough when you got Lamar Jackson at the helm.
All right.
I will say this. That sucks because Lamar looks healthy this year. He didn't look as healthy last year. He looks healthy this year. So we'll see what happens. Also,
so keep that in mind when you're betting on games early in the season. They're playing with a new center.
Yeah.
Play with him.
Okay. That's gonna wrap up the show for this week. Let's go around the room. Let's get some final thoughts. Let's start off with you two.
In today's
news, Allen Robinson announces his retirement today. Allen Robinson was a really interesting, special talent. Played 11 seasons. Jaguars drafted him in the second round in 2014. Best season came in 2014 when he had 1,400 reception yards and 14 touchdowns, man. He was decent. I like Allen Rob, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to the plug. Shout out to you guys on an incredible night. A play call sheet. Fuck the Saints, Giants, Patriots, respectful.
Okay. Jake.
Shut up, Jake.
Yeah, shut up, Jake. I ain't got much. Shout out.
Jamie told him it's time for bed.
Great time on the pod. Hell yeah. Everyone take it easy. Check out that
slick
chop
stuff
up tomorrow.
He probably heard me, but he probably don't know.
He's still talking too.
Oh, I can't hear him then. I can't hear him.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Mike.
I appreciate y'all letting me jump in again. As always, like, share, subscribe, STWF.
Sure.
Just looking forward to the Giants getting their season started in a couple weeks with a week 1 win. Football is back, fellas. So, hey, Will.
It's good, Mike.
So before we got married, my girl, she came home one day in like a white suit, and she was all covered in bee stings. She smelled like honey. That's when I knew she was a keeper.
Hey, yo, you keep talking about this week. Keep talking about this week 1 mess, Mike, man. Keep talking about this week 1 win, man. What's up with that?
Shout out to you fellas. Great show. Like, share, subscribe, like the man said. And keep an eye out for the actual beginning of the Two Bums podcast coming up either this week or next week. Whenever I get time.
Let's go.
Yes.
Two Bums podcast coming to a theater near you.
Yes.
Can't leave, man. I'm sorry, man. We would be bad if we didn't announce this, man. I know a lot of people have been waiting in the group in regards to fantasy football. I believe there's been breaking news within the last hour that STWF fantasy football leagues are now open to anyone who wants to play. Look for the post from Unc and the group. If you are down, just put I'm in. I believe Unc and the crew will give you additional information. But yes, sorry for delays, but there will be STW level leagues everywhere, from junior leagues, pee-wee leagues, free leagues, ultimate leagues. I'm in rehab, so don't ask me any more questions above that.
To be fair, anybody starting a fantasy league before week 2 of the preseason is a psychopath.
Yes.
All right. Appreciate all the comments. Everybody out there, come around tomorrow for the chop up. Bring somebody with you so we can all have a good laugh. Don't know what we're talking about, but we're talking about something funny. So bring your ass.
Send me some.
We're going to be talking about
we
Dale's
are
basketball career.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, right. We out until tomorrow.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.